Salutations everyone, and welcome to my For Glory guide for Olimar, the slave trader of the Smash Brothers universe, here with his Pikmin. Now, Olimar, I can understand, might seem like an intimidating or daunting character to pick up in this game. You don't know what's up with all of these different Pikmin, what they do, how you're supposed to use them, but, while he might be a little bit, too much to handle for somebody who's just getting into Smash here in Smash 4, he's actually an easy character to use. And if you're disappointed that he only has 3 Pikmin this time around as opposed to when he was in Brawl and he was a really high tier character, he's actually still really good. So he's a strong, good character and is actually really easy to use. He doesn't have the greatest frame data in the world. He has lower attributes in his his speed and his weight, and his frame data isn't exactly anything to write home about, but he is a strong, keep away, half grappling, half turtle-esque character. You just gotta have to learn, for the most part, what each Pikmin do and how to utilize them in the most useful cases. So let's start with the white Pikmin. They do the most latch damage, which is your forward special attack, and they have the longest and fastest toss out of all the Pikmin. So of course you're going to want to be using them for forward B, maximize the amount of damage you can get out of them. They also have the longest grab range in the game. While they aren't going to have great killing power like your blue Pikmin, they have the highest pummel damage and 4% damage for each pummel. So let's say you're not at combo percentage anymore, your opponent's at really high percentage, but you want some more damage to them and you have the white Pikmin out, grab them and pummel them a few times and you'll get a lot of damage out of them. They are, however, the weakest of the Pikmin in that they have only 7% HP. So that's something to keep in mind. They can do a lot of damage, but they will die fairly easily. The red Pikmin have the weakest grabs in both damage and knockback, but have the second highest melee damage and knockbacks next to the purple, but of course with a longer range in those smash attacks. So these are going to be your secondary kill option Pikmin. And of course they're going to be immune to fire-based attacks, so that is something to keep in mind. With your yellow Pikmin, they are going to be immune, of course, to all electricity-based attacks. They're going to have, of course, have the most hit stun out of all of your Pikmin, and are going to allow you to have more combos because of that hit stun out of grabs or what have you. They're pretty middle of the road along with the blue Pikmin when it comes to damage and your range, and they have an 8% HP, which is fairly nice. They also fly higher and float longer than any of the other tossed Pikmin. They have the biggest hitbox in the forward special. The blue Pikmin have the second highest defense next to the purple. They're resistant to water, so your floods, your Greninja water shurikens, and what have you. He is the strongest in the throw category in that all of his throws will do more damage than any other Pikmin, with your up throw being your kill throw. So you want to have your blue Pikmin out in case your opponent's at those really high percentiles to which you can secure the kill with your throw. Now your purple Pikmin are going to be your absolute tanks. They have the highest HP and do the most damage and knockback than any of your Pikmin, but do have the shortest range in all cases of your smash attacks as well as your throws. They deal direct damage and knockback when tossed as opposed to latching to your opponent. So that's a movable hitbox that you can use to gimp opponents. And of course it's going to be your main smash attack Pikmin. So very, very useful, all of your Pikmin in many different areas. And as you saw with the Sonic in the first stock, killed at like 57% fully charged. So Pikmin can get you early kills on stage and off stage with a good read, but unfortunately Olimar doesn't have very many great kill setups, and he doesn't have fantastic combo potential. He does do a lot of damage. Everyone knows this of Olimar. With the latching of those Pikmin, Olimar being a hitbox himself, you can have the latch Pikmin, and without any Pikmin, you can still do damage with your tilts, as well as your neutral air and your dash attack. So you can do a lot of damage with multiple Pikmin launched attached to your enemy. Have a Pikmin being thrown out there, such as your purple one, which will be doing physical knockback damage, and have Olimar by himself. So it leaves your opponent a lot to think about. Opponents can get very frustrated with Olimar. Not a lot of people know the matchups, and as you can see, his offstage game is very good, killing with the back air, with the stage spike. You can also do that with your up air and your forward air. Your down air is a very good spike. So he's a very, very big threat offstage because of his aerials. They aren't super fast aerials, but all of them will stage spike, and you can kill with all of them in various instances. Up air at very high percents, along with forward air at very high percents. Back air is going to be your sooner killing aerial, if you're not counting the spike of the down air. And the down air spike is fairly good. You know, it's not something that you need to have absolute amazing timing with. It's pretty easy to time, but just not all of them are very quick. And as you can see, his combo game with his throws are going to be mainly with his down throw. And if you're Pikmin with down throw at lower percents, you can go down throw into maybe a smash attack, or a down throw into a jab or a dash attack. And at your more medium percents is when you get to your down throw into fair. Maybe you can get 2 fairs if they have a little bit more percentage on them, or if they are lighter, more combo-esque character. And if they're going to land before you can add a second aerial to your string of attacks. If you land before them, you can land an up smash on opponent, and that's kind of hard for them to air dodge. It's very difficult to read Olimar, especially since so many people do not know the matchup for Olimar, since I have, in my experience, I have faced 3 Olimars in my entire time on For Glory, so not many people know the matchups. They don't know what to look out for when what Pikmin is out. They don't know what does more damage. A lot of people don't know that you can use an aerial out of your up special, which can catch opponents off guard and also help your defense, especially with heavy projectile users, people who want to spam their chargeable charge shots like Theron, or, you know, Samus charge shot, or Sun Salutations, or something like that. If you're in the air, they're going to try to, you know, time it perfectly, in which case you can just up special and then fast fall an aerial right into your opponent as they're in some sort of lagging state or what have you. But you should be noticing that after you input one aerial out of your up special, you will go into a free fall state. So you'll straight up die if you're off stage. You won't be able to grab the ledge, and you will be vulnerable returning to the stage. So just be wary of that, but definitely use that potential aerial out of an up special to your advantage. Now, Olimar does have some weaknesses with all the strengths that come with his Pikmin. He has a lot of weaknesses without his Pikmin. They can desync a lot, especially in the 3DS version, I have heard. And if you run too fast, you might not have a Pikmin available to you for grabs. So dash grabs really aren't in Olimar's repertoire very much, because you need a Pikmin at your side to nail a grab, which is unfortunate. But you can do a lot of nice combos with the grab depending on what Pikmin you use with your throws and your opponent's weight, percentage, and DI. But for the most part, you will have follow-ups off of down throw. Your blue Pikmin, as I said, is going to be your main kill throw Pikmin off of up throw at high percents. With rage, you can maybe kill 140% for the lighted characters, 150, 160% for the higher characters, and you're still going to need a little bit of rage for that. His up smash has a pretty good sized hitbox, and his forward smash is going to vary between which Pikmin that you use. You're going to want to use the purple Pikmin. It is kind of spammable because of all the Pikmin that you have. You can just throw out up forward smashes at different ranges, and if your opponent doesn't know what Pikmin goes at what range, it might, be in your favor. And as you can see, with Olimar, you can just rack up a lot of damage really quickly. Now with the up special, he has a lot of really good recovery. It is a very gimpable recovery because it's very slow, so he can be easily spiked if you leave yourself vulnerable. But since you do have that aerial out of up B, it can be a lot safer than other characters that are more vulnerable in their up Bs, that they don't have a hitbox being thrown out there like Olimar. They don't have the defense like Villager has with his poppable balloons. But one thing to keep in mind is that with the less amount of Pikmin, the further you can recover. So if you're going really far off stage, just toss all your Pikmin away and then recover accordingly with your up B. Also, all of your Pikmin have certain weights, so of course your big fat purple Pikmin is going to be the heaviest of all your Pikmin, and your white Pikmin is going to be your lightest, and your red and blue and yellow are going to be more middle of the road. So you're not going to be able to travel as far if you have, 2 purples and a yellow instead of if you just had, a yellow, a blue, and a red. You're going to fly further because those Pikmin are lighter. But of course, you're going to fly the furthest if you do not have any Pikmin, or if you have, only 1 or 2 at your disposal. So, a lot of things to keep in mind with Olimar, and with the Pikmin being out there as their own hitboxes that your opponent's going to want to shake off, you can use that as a distraction. They're going to want to use an aerial attack or something that's multi-hit to get that Pikmin off of them, and you can capitalize on that with your own other attacks with other Pikmin or with Olimar himself, but sometimes that can actually hurt you. Since in Super Smash Bros. 4, whenever you hit something, it extends the hitbox. So attacks will last longer if they hit the Pikmin, so you might be getting hit by attacks that you otherwise wouldn't be hit with. If they hit your Pikmin, sometimes that attack will extend longer than you are used to, and it will hit Olimar as well. Also, it will extend those hitboxes in all capacities. So, in the case, and here's our joke game with the Kirby, who for some reason wanted to swallow some Pikmin, but that is not good for your diet, Kirby. Not good for your diet at all. So we're just going to dispatch of him real quick. He's going to try to swallow something off stage, and that is just not something you want to do, Kirby. Pikmin may look like vegetables, but they are definitely not good for your health. So, with the extending of the hitboxes, there will be certain special cases, such as Link and Toon Link's bombs. If Link or Toon Link's bombs hit a Pikmin that is on stage while Olimar is off stage, he can get stage spiked by those bombs, because the bomb will hit the Pikmin, it will extend that hitbox past the ledge, and that will stage spike you if you're close enough to the stage. So very, very situational, very unique properties that go along with Pikmin. He has a lot of, unique weaknesses if he doesn't have a Pikmin, or because of those extending hitboxes if those Pikmin do get hit by an attack. But he also, has a lot of strengths in, just the keep away game, the range, the latches, the amount of shield damage that you can do, and then charge up that forward smash with that purple Pikmin at the right time and seal the kill. Here's our final game against a Samus. There was a ton of Samuses this week. I have no idea why, but we are going to reign space emissary supremacy. This Samus thinks that she's the queen of space or whatever, that she's the greatest bounty hunter. No. Bounty hunters ain't shit against slaveholders, and that's what Olimar is, or Alf if you choose to be him as well. And Pikmin are just going to rule supreme in this battle of astronauts, so have you. So, with Olimar, a unique character, it might seem a bit daunting a task to learn the character, but he's actually very easy. You can learn this character a lot faster than most other characters on the roster, and is very strong. You don't see a lot of him in competitive. I think maybe only 4 really known players use him in the higher level, nationals or what have you, DeBuzz being the most well-known one. But Olimar is fairly strong, as long as you keep in mind what Pikmin do what, and have them in the right order, and having the right number of Pikmin out at the right time. You can kill with aerials. You can have some amazing combos, get your kill throws with your blue Pikmin, or sometimes yellow Pikmin, or at really high percentages. If not, you have a lot of potential setups off of your throws. You have the down air spike, which is always a nice thing to have in your arsenal. You have very, very fast damage, and with that keep away game, Olimar can actually survive pretty long. Keep your opponent at bay with your purple Pikmin hurt boxes, and keep that damage latched onto them so they can get annoyed with those yellow and blue and white Pikmin latched onto them, and you can follow that up with a lot of tilts. Down tilt is very good, up tilt is very nice. You can even down tilt into up tilt, and there's the down air securing the kill for Olimar. So Like I've been saying, a strong character, definitely underutilized, underrepresented, just a little bit technical, a little things that you have to learn, but once you get that down, Olimar can be a very, very strong competitor in Smash and won't take a whole lot of time to figure out than you would think. So anyways, that is Olimar. Let me know what you guys think about the character. And if you see their thumbnail on the screen, they have been covered in this series, and you can see their video in the playlist down below. There will be a link. Next week will be Palutena, and let me know who you like to see me use after that.